Now, most likely, if you're watching this video, you're probably HR, CEO, CFO, and you're trying to figure out if this is something that you should offer to your employees, or if you're offering enough, or what's out there, or just to learn more about it. I have to be honest, I have sat down with dozens of insurance reps over the years to gain understanding as to how these all work. And every carrier is a little different, and every carrier, they do have their specialties. Some carriers specialize in attorneys and law firms, and others specialize in the medical industry. And those two industries are very specialized. A lot of people think of them just as purely white collar, and which they are. However, they can have, or they did at one point have, higher claims for disability because there was a little bit of gray area fraud ski going on for a little while. Not to say it doesn't happen anymore, but insurance companies have gotten better at, discovering it and tracking it. And of course, the first step is awareness, because back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of insurance companies weren't even aware that this was a thing. So there were quite a few rings, not to say there aren't anymore, but, white collar crime kind of rings where, mafia or somebody would be hiring all these doctors, and they would be writing all these disabilities and turning it in to insurance companies and getting checks for disability checks. And likewise, attorneys, because they do know the law, they can sidestep and manipulate things a little bit. So, no offense to any attorneys out there, but if you are an attorney, I'm sure you know of other attorneys that may use their knowledge for things that are gray area, not necessarily illegal, but may not be the intention of the policy and things like that. So that was an area of concern for a while, not as much anymore, but there are carriers that specialize in medical professionals and attorneys. And of course, there's other insurance companies that specialize more in the blue collar and the gray collar and all the other types of industry.